right, you guys, podcast time.
Choose quieter.
Fucking podcasting right now.
Chew quieter.
And now, to the podcast studio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chew Quieter. I am Gabe Mercado. I have Armando Verdugo and Chris Meehan with me, my co-hosts. And we are bringing you some stuff about off-road, some stuff about politics, and some other goofy shit that we just like to talk about. But first, before we get into any of that, I need to get you over to liftedforless.com. And I need you to go and order some parts for your Jeep, truck, or your Bronco. And I need you to do it now. It's your one-stop, one-click-and-shop place for all your automotive needs. Again, for your Jeep, truck, or Bronco. Liftedforless.com. Go now. Liftedforless.com. All right. I think we have one other sponsor we want to talk about, right, Armando?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can. Of course we can.
We have a new sponsor?
Well, there's an official launch, right?
It's actually it'll be official tomorrow. So
okay, so this will be out tomorrow, so we can go ahead and
the website has been live, but I was missing missing some stuff to complete the line out. So I was missing some labels and some boxes still.
Cool.
Boxes
so I get to rub one out tomorrow.
You finally get to rub one out. Yes. So website has been live. I've been running testing and getting photographs and changing photographs and redoing photographs, and now I got to redo them all again because I finally figured out how I want to do them. So, but website is live, products are live, full lines up there. I'm working on more media and content and kind of tips and tricks and instruction stuff to get on there. So it'll be getting there soon. So you've probably seen a lot floating around in social media, me posting, reposting, and doing different things with the product. So it's all out there, rub-1.com.
Rub One for all your Jeep, truck, and Bronco cleaning needs.
Side-by-sides too.
Oh, well, trail fleas can, I guess they can be clean.
They need to be clean.
Yeah. Since we're on selfless promotion, I'm happy to announce that I mentioned it last episode that Kingdom Crawl may be coming back, and it's official. It has been greenlit. We will be posting some new episodes, not new episodes, but season 1 through 3 on a new app called PowerTube TV. This is an app that is automotive based. It is automotive driven. So it's got stuff for off-roading. It's got stuff for if you're a drifter. It's all good formatted stuff. They don't take just junk that you see on YouTube. So I was really happy and pleased that they saw Kingdom Crawl and like, hey, this long format TV type show would be great for our platform, our app. So they reached out to me and we made a deal. And not only is season 1 through 3 going to be on there, I will start working on season 4 next year. Ooh. So I started logistics on that. I'm trying to figure out what parks to go to, what BLM lands I can go to. So maybe a trip to South Dakota is in the works again. Maybe another trip to Fordyce. Maybe I've never been to Roush Creek, so maybe I'll hit up Roush Creek. Definitely Chokecherry, New Mexico. So I want to hit up a few places I haven't been yet. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make it just like season 1 through 3 of Kingdom Crawl. Nothing YouTubey. If you've never seen Kingdom Crawl, it's not YouTubey whatsoever. It is actually long format TV type show. So Chris was on season 1. I think he had a few episodes on season 2. He might have been on one episode season 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Armando was in it for 3 seasons also. A few episodes here and there. So
it's a laugh. It's a laugh.
Yeah, definitely. So look for that.
Yeah,
right now I have to go through every episode and make sure there's no cussing. That's the only downfall.
Well, you're fucked.
You're
fucked. You're fucked. Welcome to And then the rest is all just blank.
Yes.
It's all just music.
Yeah. I'll be just like lip syncing because every word's fuck. Fuck.
Well, I just finished season 1, episode 1, re-editing the audio for that. And there's a part where Chris is on an obstacle, and he, instead of going up the obstacle, he had it in reverse and went down
Bailey.
backwards. And so Andrew Bailey's, oh, fuck!
Yep.
And then Chris gets out, and he's like, holy shit!
There's going to be a lot of beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. So also there was 6 episodes of an Overland series that I produced and edited. It's called the Go Mammoth Overland Rally. That's going to be on there, as well as American Crawlers, the movie that I made. So
Nice.
Did we also star in Amundo?
yeah, true.
I might have been on that one too.
It's like we're going to have to start getting royalties for this stuff because we're like in a lot of them. Like, people come to watch us. They don't watch Gabe. They watch us.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I should have cottoned onto that fact when we first started doing this shit.
But you can check out PowerTube TV app on. It's available on Roku, Apple TV, Android, and Fire TV, which is Amazon Fire Stick. And then it's also on any browser like Chrome, Safari, stuff like that. You can just go right to it. So look for that in the next by the end of this year.
Cool.
We'll have everything up.
So I can plug myself now.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a channel on OnlyFans right now. It's called Aussie Will Read Anything. No, I'm just kidding. I'd be divorced if I got that. Apparently. One day.
So I got a question for you guys. Are you pumpkin spice people?
Ugh.
No,
Ugh. Can't stand it.
no, I'm not
Doesn't it
pumpkin
just
anything.
smell like? Doesn't it just smell like weird coffee to you?
Yes.
I don't even know what it smells like.
Yep.
It smells like weird coffee.
It's stupid.
Yeah. If I'm on pumpkin pie, I'm gonna have pumpkin pie.
See, I don't even eat that.
I don't
It's
eat that
disgusting.
either. That's disgusting. See, me and Armando, look, I can only. You guys don't eat pumpkin warm. Like we have pumpkin soup, pumpkin. Like we roast pumpkin.
Pumpkin soup.
Yeah, dude, it's so good when you get a flu. Like that's why I didn't get COVID.
I thought it was because of the Vegemite.
No, Vegemite puts roses on your cheeks. That's why my cheeks are always rosy. Look up the song. It's true.
Is that
They're all got
the
kids who got rosy streaks.
Is that the reaction to what's in the stuff, or what?
Probably.
It's an allergic reaction.
It causes some sort of skin freaking irritation.
Probably. Yeah. Something like
What's
that.
that ringing in my ear? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I
Vegemite.
don't hear anything. I just had some
Vegemite.
Vegemite. Maybe it's the Vegemite.
It's Vegemititis.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys aren't very prissy and you don't drink your coffee with your pinky out and shit like that.
I don't
No.
even drink coffee. I don't even like the smell of coffee.
I like the smell of coffee. I just don't, I don't drink it though.
Well, that's what I found moving to the States. You guys are very seasonal. Like, Halloween's not that big in Australia, probably because it's so damn expensive to get Halloween decorations. Like here, you can go crazy and get big skeletons in your front yard, and it's $120. Like the same as why we don't go crazy at Christmas time because everything's so damn expensive. Whereas here, you guys do fall, you do spring, and you have all these different flavors that come out at shops, and I'm just like, man, capitalism at its best.
Yes.
Well, the good thing is it's going to slow down because people can't afford it anymore. So
Well, correct.
yeah.
Well,
now, we're becoming Australia.
well, Chick-fil-A just came out with banana pudding milkshake or something.
They also just came back with the pimento cheese chicken sandwich.
I don't think that's going to be any good.
No,
I heard it's good.
Pimento cheese sucks.
I've had pimento cheese once, and it was thanks to Matt Loxley. We were
course.
in Chattanooga, and I think he had an olive with pimento cheese in it. I think that's what they stuff those olives with is pimento cheese.
well,
Okay.
usually a green olive is stuffed with the pimento. That's the red
It's
thing
not
inside of
necessarily
olive.
pimento cheese.
No, it's a pimento. That's just the red thing is the pimento.
What's pimento?
Pimento is like a red little. It's like a sweet pepper, little round sweet pepper, and they just
So that's
chop
why
it
pimento
up.
cheese is a little spicy then.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of that. The pimento is in it. They just chop it up and put it in the cheese and it's in that ball in the plastic wrapping at the grocery store. So no, when you go get like a Bloody Mary and they skewer their olives and it has that little red piece of shit in the middle of it, that's pimento. So when you get those, you peel them out and you throw them in the trash and you eat the olive.
Yes.
See, I thought this was a Southern thing. I thought pimento cheese was a Southern thing. I guess
Pimento cheese is more of a Southern thing, but the pimento is kind
okay.
of across the board. I mean, some people cook with it, but you'll see it more in Southern food. In that pimento cheese ends up in everywhere in the South, in everything on appetizers and burgers and everything. You'll get pimento cheese in the South.
So speaking of Southern things, I made a comment about this on my Facebook the other day. I've been living in Tennessee for 4 years now, and I still have not had sweet tea. And apparently that is blasphemy. I got a lot of shit for that. People were like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, even out west, I used to complain I couldn't get sweet tea.
Yeah, I usually drink water, and lately I've just been drinking more alcohol. Otherwise, I would always just drink water.
That's a good mix.
Yeah.
One's either going to dehydrate you or hydrate you. So,
Yeah.
Just
Then
drink
again,
Coors Light.
And then thanks to Matt, also, I mixed in the Dr. Pepper with the George Dickel. The Dr. Dickel.
the what?
The Dr. Dickel.
What the hell's a Dr. Drickle?
Dickel.
What the
George
hell's a-
Dickel whiskey. The
Oh,
bourbon.
okay, yes.
Yeah, it's whiskey. Yeah.
Dr.
You
Dickel.
mix that with Dr. Pepper, and it's pretty fucking good.
And here we go. We're about to talk about fucking alcohol again.
We don't have to talk about alcohol.
Fucking
but I am
alcoholics.
drinking beer right now.
Yeah,
And I think
alcoholics.
Armando
See?
is too.
Yeah, Mundo is too.
No, I'm not. I'm drinking seltzer water.
Oh, ugh.
Oh, pinky out, bitches. Seltzer water, huh?
Hey, I'm drinking the hard stuff, bro. This is full sugar shit.
Have you had the
And-
the sugar cane Coke?
The what?
The
The
Mexican
Coke
Coke.
that's made from pure sugar cane?
The Mexican
That's it.
Coke.
Oh, I love the Mexican Coke.
Isn't it way better?
Yes, it is. It's like the real Coke
Yeah.
before this shit turned up
Yeah.
because they took cocaine out of it.
Well, this was, I mean, that was a long time ago.
The key is you got to put the cocaine back in it yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, see, I walked into the supermarket, which what you guys call the grocery store here, and all the slabs of Coke. You guys don't call them slabs either. What do you call them? Cases.
Cases.
So like a slab of Coke was there, and it said the Olympic Games on it. So I just like, oh, cool. The can's going to look different. Yep, I'll just grab all of them. So I took, I think it was buy 2 get 2 free. So I grabbed 3 Coke and 1 Sprite. I get home, I'm drinking at the table, and Justine's like, "What are you drinking Coke for?" I was like, "I always drink Coke." She goes, "You normally get the Coke Zero. What are you drinking Coke for?" And I'm like, "It's not Coke." And I look at the can, I'm going, "That's why it tastes different. Because I always drink Coke
sugar.
Zero."
It's got the real sugar.
And I'm like,
Better sugar.
well, this is probably going to kill me because,
Well, Coke Zero has fake sugar.
yeah, but oh
As they
my
say in the
God.
South, you're going to get the sugar.
This has so much sugar in it.
Yeah. Well,
Also
that's
known as the diabetes.
78%.
yeah.
God, I'm trying to lose weight, not put it on.
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh,
put
you'll
it
be
on
fine.
there.
Guess the kid's going to have more Coke.
No one's going to miss your little
gotta-
schoolboy figure.
I got to get rid of this shit. Dude, I haven't had a schoolboy figure since I was 33. I never had
know,
it.
here- so
I never
here's
had
the
it
funny
from.
thing.
I never had it from school. I got it when I was 33 when I first got divorced. I went to gym, got my pretty tight fucking looking body, had that for 4 years, and then just went to shit.
So here's the funny thing. I just finished re-editing episode 1 of Kingdom Crawl, and there's a part of you're just talking to the camera, and I'm like, holy fuck, Chris looks so skinny.
Yeah, and younger. I probably didn't have much grey in my beard.
Yeah, you had more of a pronounced Australian accent too.
Yeah, so I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm,
it's
I'm
still-
turning American.
Yes, little by little, we're gonna get you.
But I did. Who did I call the other day? I called. Oh, I'm pretty sure I told you this. It was last week. I called the Ford dealership and put on the Aussie accent
Yeah.
like full.
Yeah.
I even heard myself talking, and I'm like, man, that guy sounds Australian. This guy doesn't sound Australian.
Talk in your heavy Australian accent and pretend like you're ordering some food from one of your favorite restaurants.
Okay. G'day, mate. Can I get that chicken sandwich and put some ketchup on that, some tomato sauce, and just make sure it's warm, okay? I'll be right there.
Sauce?
I'll be right there to grab it. Is that straight enough for you?
Yeah, is that what you call ketchup out there? Is tomato sauce?
Well, tomato sauce is different to ketchup.
Really?
Ketchup has
I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Ketchup has a lot of sugar in it compared to tomato sauce.
Yeah.
So you guys put tomato sauce on it, not ketchup?
Yeah, because it's made out of tomatoes.
Yeah,
Tomato.
it's right there in the name.
Yeah. And what's ketchup?
Well, ketchup is
vinegar. It's vinegar, sugar.
Yeah, it's vinegar, sugar, and other shit. No, I'm just
What
saying.
part
Do you
of
guys?
what part of tomato is in there?
You say
1%.
potato or potato?
I don't know.
Potato.
I don't know. I was wondering, is it tomato sauce?
Tomato.
Actual real tomato.
Tomato
It's
sauce.
not. It's not ketchup. That
No,
you choose at
two
all.
completely different
We
things.
have tomato sauce.
Do you
here,
get
too.
ketchup in Australia,
Yeah. It's not
or
very
is it catsup?
ketchup. No, it's ketchup. God.
Well, because there's two different schools on this. Ketchup with the K, Ketchup,
Yes.
is how it's pronounced, but it's also catsup, Catsup, is a proper spelling too. So
Who spells it like that?
People from Pennsylvania.
So
People from Pennsylvania, Maine, and New Hampshire.
no.
I've never ever said it spelt like that.
Connecticut.
Yeah, no, it's,
Arkansas.
there's
People in
there-
Arkansas.
there's
Because
a
they can't
difference-
spell Arkansas properly, so
That's one thing I've never understood. How do you get Kansas and then you put an AR in front of it and it's Arkansas?
I don't know.
Especially since the word comes from indigenous people.
Yeah. Weird. I don't know how they do it.
I don't
But-
understand it.
It's like it's easy to piss people off from there. Just say it's Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's like it's Arkansas.
Well, same for Illinois. You tell people that it's Illinois, and they're like, "There's no S. There's no noise in Illinois."
There's plenty of noise.
Yeah, it's all gunshots.
Yes. It's not the wind blowing through the trees.
Yeah. And what's on the other side of Lake Michigan? There's Canada. And did you hear who's going to be moving to Canada if Trump wins?
Yeah. See you, buddy. Enjoy that
same,
trip.
he said
that
same
last
losers
time.
that say that they're going to do it the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Tom Hanks has made it very, very public recently
That he has no
he's
balls?
very much in fear that Trump is going to win.
Yeah, because
Well, he should
because
start packing his bags right now, looking for a house,
I
and
watch-
just move early.
If you listen to all these people, if Trump gets to be the president, he's going to do all these things. I'm like, why didn't he do it the last time then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think that if he was in there to take control over all these things, he would have just done it the last time?
And he wouldn't have left.
How fucking stupid are you? Yeah, right, exactly. There would have been a real insurrection on January 6th, not
Correct.
whatever the fuck that was on January 6th.
Yeah, he would have just turned around and said, "What are we voting for? Go get fucked.
Yeah.
I'm staying here. Either try and remove me by
Right.
force."
Right. Yeah. That was none of that happened. It was just some bullshit that happened with whatever, some stupid people on the day. It was not an insurrection. An insurrection would have been a whole different animal.
Well, the thing is, this country has what? Lots and lots of guns. So if you're going to do an insurrection, why would you take a flagpole
Right.
yeah. No.
or a chair? Like, I have a gun. I'm going to take a gun to an insurrection. I'm not going. It's like taking a knife to a gunfight. You're not going to do it.
So do you remember when Ricky Gervais hosted, I think it
Oh,
was,
I love it.
I forget what
Oscars.
award show it was. Was it the Oscars?
Yes, it was. I watch it like twice a year. It's hilarious.
So when he starts mentioning like certain things, then the camera pans over to Tom Hanks. It's like, I think that's a
Of
towel.
all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up! Shut up! I don't care. You can binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching the show. That That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way. So in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Once upon a time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long, Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So...
That's a good one.
Well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? If you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and off, okay? So...
How many drinks do you think he had that night going through that
It's
show?
already 3 hours long.
Yeah, loved it. I watched the whole thing. Thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
He should host it every year.
I don't think they'll let him anymore.
Ratings will go through the roof.
Yeah.
Look how many. If you go on the YouTube, how many views that has had would be how much the Oscars would have at one time. Because if everyone knew that he was coming back, everyone would be watching it. It'd be like watching the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
but funnier and more entertaining.
One thing I want to bring up before I forget to bring this up is I saw that Ford is halting all EV production. They're basically saying that the demand for EVs is not there, and the promise by the government that there would be a demand and an infrastructure for it is not there. So in favor of profits, they're stopping all EV production. When we talked to Scott about EV production for Jeep, he wasn't too sure what was going to happen. So I'd like to get him on again and waggle his brain and see exactly where they are now at Jeep and Ram.
Well, right now the whole Stellantis is in a shit shamble right now.
They're in a free fall kind of.
Yeah, so I don't know if they even know what they're doing tomorrow, rather than let alone
5 years time.
In 5 years time right now. It's like there's the Dodge family trying to take back over the Dodge brand.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, because he's trying to kill it.
yeah, and historically you don't get any promos on a Wrangler model, and Wranglers are dealing like crazy right now. I get an email every other day from the Ram dealership. Come trade your truck in. We'll give you the highest cost for it, and there's up to $20,000 off of a new Ram. So
No, it's crazy.
it's just it's ridiculous.
But you're not going to do it at these 10% interest rates.
I'm not doing it any interest rate now. No. It's,
No.
It have to go back. You give me a 0%, and I might consider it, but nah, not happening.
Yeah, I think 0% days are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
there's some vehicles out there that are doing a short term for 36, 48 months 0%. But you're not buying $100,000 truck with
Right.
in 36 months, in 36, 48 months. So
I'm talking about a passenger car. It's like $30,000.
yeah. Kias are doing it. Hyundais are doing it. Some of the other, I think Mazda has a deal right now, and a few others have on the smaller cars that you can do that low percentage rate. But it's craziness right now.
I would love to have the new Toyota Tundra, but I think something's going on with Toyota in the sense that their developers and their engineers and their model people are blind, because that new Tundra is fucking ugly. Or the Tacoma.
Yeah, and they're having engine issues too. So
A lot of engine issues, yeah. Well, they went from a V6 that was super reliable to a four-cylinder turbo.
yeah,
There was really no reason for it unless they're just kowtowing to the government EPA people.
yep. Had a customer had a brand new one, and he had the V6 before that. Traded the brand new one in back to a V6.
I don't blame him. I have the V6.
He didn't want to have the issue of, 6 months down the track, the engine blows up because they can't replace them. They don't have any engines to replace them with. So it just sits there and waits. Some people have been waiting to 3 to 4 months for an engine. He's like, I'm not doing that. Traded it back. Got the old model back.
The quarter panels also look like they have an unintentional dent. I don't understand that purpose. Like there's nothing there for like an air duct or anything. There wouldn't be a purpose for one to begin with. But there's like an indentation that looks like someone kicked it in. It just doesn't belong there. I don't get it. I think they're going backwards at Toyota. Although Toyota also is not going to produce EVs either now.
No, Toyota's pushing towards hydrogen.
Yeah.
They've already they've already produced a hydrogen engine already that they've been running for years, and they're just perfecting it so it can be put into a normal everyday car. And they're apparently really close.
Problem is getting that fuel or that hydrogen for that car is hard to do. Not every gas station has it. And if you find one that has it, it's expensive. And if you find one that has it and it's still expensive, you have to travel far for it.
Yeah, the only answer that's going to be right is hybrid, some sort of hybrid. That's the only way we're going to get a good fuel efficient vehicle that meets all the terms that are required on all sides. You still have gas. You still have ability to hit a gas station when you need one, because gas stations are on every other corner. So why would you get away from gas? It's not like you can dig up a fuel tank and put a hydrogen tank in its place and go on every other corner. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So keeping gas as a basis. The idea of a hybrid is interesting as well as efficient. What is it? The Toyota hybrid. The ugly ass Toyota that's been around for a while.
Corolla?
You talking about the Prius?
The Prius, the
Oh.
Toyota Prius. That thing is ugly as hell, but the efficiency and what you can get out of it and how well they run and longevity of the vehicle is great. They just put it in something that's actually usable and doesn't look like ass, and you'd probably be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like move that into a minivan, move it into a little SUV, move it into something else. The idea that you're going to go electric, the limitation on electric seems to be 250 miles. So where are you traveling with your family with 250 miles?
Speaking of electric and traveling and minivans, the Volkswagen Bug is coming back out. It's already been released in the UK, but now the American model is going to be coming out. It's only EV, and I think the range is 300 miles.
Yeah.
If you remember, the bus was designed to travel long distances.
Yeah.
They used to make them with campers and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how far are you going to get on 300 miles?
You're not going very far. It's like I said, it's kind of dumb. Like put a hybrid in it, put the batteries in it, put an engine in it, put a gas tank in it. It doesn't have to be a large gas tank if you're able to regenerate and do what you need to do. You put a small gas tank plus electric in a hybrid, and you can do a 500-mile range. And then fuel only, you have a 300-mile range. At least it's easy for you to fill another 10 gallons of fuel quickly to stop, and it's going to be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen forklifts with longer ranges on propane.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, that's the other thing too, is why you guys haven't been big on propane. We're still using propane back at home now at the gas station. You can pull up to the tank, screw it on, and fill your gas tank up in your car and drive off. It's cheap.
I think there's a lot of Toyotas that
cleaner.
do it out here. Toyota and I've seen Suzuki's, the Samurais. A lot of guys have
that
switched
conversion
over to those.
Yeah, the propane
but this is from the
conversion.
factory though.
But a factory option.
Yeah,
That's a
Factory
that's a
option
propane.
would be Well, again, the EPA here is not exactly.
Well, it runs clean. It
They're not
burns
really
cleaner. That's the whole point. Like it's a cleaner gas. Mm-hmm. And when I was 18, that was huge. When I was 18, when I got my driver's license, I think it was an 80-liter tank, which would be what's 80 divided by 4?
20 gallons.
20-gallon tank.
20 gallons ish. I said probably 20 and a half.
Yep, and it used to cost me $9 to fill it, and I would probably get. I'd probably get 350 kilometers, which works out to be 360 miles.
You got to stop with these liters and kilometers stuff, man. You're confusing the shit out of me.
No, you guys just need to come
Next
over.
thing you know, you're going to start with you're talking about the metric scale, and
Yes.
I'm going to really throw something at you.
Like you all need to come over to that. It's so much easier.
I agree. We should have
Everybody
never
else in the world uses it.
I agree.
Chris, you should have just gone with the response. Hey, you go buy 2 liters of Coke. You buy a liter of Coke. Why can't you figure out what the fucking liter is? It's a quart. It's a quart plus 1.7 ounces.
Oh my god!
Or in whiskey talk, it's a couple of fifths.
Exactly.
Stupid. How big's a shot?
A shot,
1 ounce.
1.5 ounces.
30 mil. I rest my case.
I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but there's a place called Silver Lake Sand Dunes OHV area in Michigan. Over the weekend, there were a few accidents that were pretty bad, and one person had died.
Yeah, it's one place I don't want to visit.
A couple of months back, there was a drag race event that happened there, and there was a CJ that said his throttle had gotten stuck, veered out of control, and hit a spectator, and the woman died. Do you think if this was not a government place, if it was a privately owned park, it would have already been shut down?
Likely, but this is typical of any dunes area. The same shit happens in Glamis. Same thing happens at Pismo. It's you can't see over. I mean,
Just wait, it's going to happen at Sand Hollow.
Watching
happen.
at Sand Hollow, like in those dunes, as people crest over from the bowl and come out, and someone else is coming this way. There's eventually.
It doesn't matter how big a flag you have.
Yeah, whip
Well, you're
isn't
supposed to
gonna
have
stop it.
spotters too, though, and apparently that just is an afterthought.
Well, when you're in Sand Hollow, there's no spotters because you're just constantly going over sand dunes. Like you're not racing and you're not doing anything. You're literally driving back from the trail through the sand dunes. And every single time I was out in the sand dunes, I always went the back way. So I missed them all. But you come up those big sand dunes like this and you peak, you don't know what's coming out the other side. Especially when you going down the other way too. Dude, it's too late. I don't care what anyone says. Doesn't matter how big a flag you have. It's going to be too late because you can't see. You're going like this. The other person's coming like this. Your flag's down here somewhere. They're looking straight up, and these other flags over here. You can't see each other. I don't give a shit what you say.
Especially when the hill's going like this, your flags are back over here.
Yep.
You can't see over the.
The
over
flags
the
are only
crest of
good when
anything.
you're going on the flat surface and you can see them.
Yeah, it's
So there should be one way in certain areas, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe on this side of the dune, you only go that way. You know, north, from south to north.
But
The
you're
other side
thinking, but if you're thinking like a small scale, like that trip up the mountain in Sand Hollow, in Michigan, where it's a section of dunes. Out in Moab, there's a section of dunes. But if you go out to Glamis, where it's just miles and miles of dune, how do you regulate that? How do you get people to go just this way when you go out there on a busy weekend, especially like Thanksgiving weekend when it's the busiest
thousands
season,
of people,
and there's a million people out there. There's side by sides that come over a hill and land on RVs and
other side
toy
by
haulers
sides
and cars, other side by sides, quads, tents, like whatever is out there, they'll come right through there, and everyone's not everyone, but a good portion of people are out there drinking. and doing whatever. So it's one of those things where if you go out there, you just prepare and you put your safety gear on and you kind of
prepare for something's going to happen.
Yeah. And then you have the people that just don't care and aren't putting the helmet on, aren't strapping in. I'm just going to go for a quick little turn, and then that's when shit happens.
Yeah. Have you got any footage?
A couple years ago. What's that?
Do you have any footage, Gabe?
No, I looked for it. I couldn't find any.
So I
just saw the after effect.
Yeah, so there was one last week I saw was a motorbike in the dunes.
Yes, I saw that one.
You saw that one where he popped the mono and did he pop a mono or did he do a jump? I can't remember which one it was, but he jumped and hit the windshield of a car. He catapulted forward. He just had bumps and bruises and whatever else, but the driver had bumps and bruises. If it had been a passenger, the passenger would be dead because the front wheel of the bike went straight through the windshield.
Yeah, there's. I'm looking at stuff right now, and there's quite a few stuff here on YouTube that's sand dunes crashes. So it looks like it happens way more frequently than
it does.
Anyone has ever thought.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, even back in the days, I remember going out there before even the high horsepower sand cars were popular, probably in the early 2000s. I went out there in mid 90s, and you had quads and you had bikes. There'd be a couple of VW based rails and stuff out there. You'd have some rails out there, but you didn't have the LS1, LS2 powered freaking supercars that do 100 miles an hour like this, just floating over everything. And that changes a lot. Speed, the number of people that now have, what do you call them? Trail fleas?
Yeah.
That have side-by-sides that put a paddle tire on it and go out there and go do stupid shit.
Yeah, well, you're looking at 400 horsepower freaking buggies. You know what I mean?
I just found this video.
At least there was one. There was a twin turbo LS3 sand car, and the guy was doing 140 down the dunes.
Look at this! I just found this one.
It just really shocked me that
this is it.
He's still in a bad state, but that's all that happened to him. Seeing how far he went and how hard he landed.
While his Jeep is totaled, Flume only walked away with some bruising.
I'm just happy to be.
Yep, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Fucking nuts. And it said earlier, I was listening to this off air, but it said he was just going to the bathroom. He was just riding to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. It's that stupid thing. Like, I'm just gonna go over here to someone's camp. I'm just gonna go over here quickly, and you. Every time you get on or get in the vehicle, the helmet goes on, the straps go on. If you have nets or you have whatever safety gear that you typically put on when you're going for a long trip, you have to put on for a short trip. You just never know.
It's like what they say. If you drink and drive, you're going to get caught around when you leave your house.
Yeah.
Because that's when they get you.
There was this guy that lived on my old block. His name was Ernie. He drove an old Cutlass. Oldsmobile Cutlass. There was a bar that was at the end of our block. He would drive every fucking day back and forth from his house to this bar. Shithoused. Fucking just hammered drunk every goddamn day. Everyone knew it. The cops knew it. Everyone on our street knew it. He knew it. The bar owner knew it. Not once did he ever get in an accident. The body on that Cutlass was straight as an arrow. And he never got a DUI.
Some people just have all the luck.
Yeah. It's crazy shit. I'll never forget that old man. And funny enough, he was in pretty good health. All that drinking that he
did. Alcohol, man. It's alcohol. He didn't put any of that bad chemical food in him.
Yeah, probably. He ate pozole and chorizo tacos, and that was it, really. That was the bad part of his diet, maybe.
Yeah, meat fat. Meat fat's
Yeah.
not bad for you.
Mm-mm.
And alcohol preserves all your freaking contents.
Yep.
Believe me, I'm going to be 56.
You don't look a day over 60.
I don't look a day over 68.
So one thing I just saw that I thought was kind of funny. This was another YouTube video that I stumbled across. Apparently, MC Hammer, the late, I don't want to say late great MC Hammer because he's still alive, but the old guy from the 80s, MC Hammer, apparently was really fucking gangster. Like, no one fucked with him. And if you try to fuck with him, he would send his posse out and they would fuck you up.
You dropped the
So
MC
apparently
Hammer.
there is testimony from a dozen or more rappers saying, yeah, I've seen him fuck people up. I've seen his people fuck people up.
His people or him?
Him and his people. Like he would just pay someone to like, go get that guy. Give him $200 right there on the spot. Go get that guy. I didn't like the way he looked at me. They say he was worse than Suge Knight.
It's crazy.
He'd never had that appearance, and he had songs praising Jesus and God, and none of his lyrics were about, fighting or anything like that either. So it blew my fucking mind that this guy that I used to listen to as a kid was so gangster.
Come on, The Sopranos did this shit all the time, and they were just killing fucking people. So don't give me that. True. Don't give me that. Just because I go to church shit.
We've got to pray
That's
just
just
to make it.
Yeah, you got to ask God for forgiveness for killing that motherfucker last night.
That's it.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny to hear that. It just blew my mind.
Well, talking about gangster shit, have you seen all the stuff going on in Denver? Well, Aurora and Chicago right now.
Yeah. In New York now, it's spreading in New York too now.
Yeah.
So these gangs, these Venezuelan gangs, Latin gangs, they're taking over apartment buildings and just breaking in, taking what they want, strong arming people for money.
Yep. You pay us, you don't pay them no more.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So apparently Hell's Angels are on their way to Aurora, but I don't know how truthful that is.
That's not true. So I talked to a friend of mine who's a 1%er. And I asked him about this. I'm like, hey, is it true? Because if anyone would know, I know this guy would know. He's like, they're not going. He's like, the only way they would go is if one of these gangs did something to one of their people.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing that was going around.
You don't fuck with them.
That someone's, as part of the gang or a family member or whatever got attacked by him. That's why they're going.
If that did happen, they would only know. Mm-hmm. I don't think it would. The news wouldn't tell us.
No, they're not going to advertise that. They're just going to go.
Yeah. So I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
And if it did happen, we won't hear about it.
No. Well, the news isn't even showing what's going on.
You're not hearing about it anyway.
Yeah. Right.
You know what? It's through social media that we're seeing it. The news people aren't talking about it.
Well, the governor is saying that it's not happening. It's not true. It's isolated incident.
Mm-hmm.
But it's happened multiple apartment complexes in just Aurora.
Yep.
It's happened to 2 different apartment complexes in Denver. It's happening now in New York. It's happening now in Chicago.
Yep.
And in the same breath, Kamala Harris is still trying to take our guns away.
But that's why they want to take our guns away.
For any reason, this is one reason why we would need them.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, they had the biggest chance to take, if they were going to take the guns away, the biggest chance would have been to lock the border, don't let no illegals in, because you're not getting any criminals coming into the country that aren't already here. So they're already being dealt with. Now you just flooded the gates with more criminals. Why the hell would a population right now give up their guns?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
This is also the same woman that says she wants to defund the police and have less police on the streets.
Mm-hmm. Hey, go check my Facebook, Gabe. Did you see my post today?
I did not.
Go look at my post. Now, if this doesn't tell you what's wrong with Senator Walls or whatever the hell he is.
Oh, is this the one about his family?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at your page. I don't see it, though. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was, I think they're all wearing, there's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, Walls for Trump.
Waltz for Trump.
Yep.
That
his whole
speak
family.
volumes.
Yes, his whole family is dead against him.
Yeah.
So if that's not telling you something, that's I don't know what else is.
Yeah. Kamala is just a plain, straight old Marxist. Her father is a Marxist. He wrote a book on being a Marxist and how to run a Marxist economy. And she's using that book in her upbringing.
Yeah, she's probably told it like a bedtime story.
Yeah.
Let me read you 3 pages tonight, babe, before you go to sleep.
And she's pandering like a motherfucker. She was in Detroit.
I love how she changes her accent.
Yeah, using a different accent. And then she said that she made so many collard greens that they had to clean them in the bathtub. I'm like, come on.
Oh, that woman.
I doubt it. Didn't you grow up in Canada, you stupid bitch?
Yes.
You really had collard greens in Canada? I doubt it.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's, I don't think she's going to, more and more, I think the big turning point will be September 10th.
Of the debate?
Yep. That's if it's going to happen.
If it happens. Yeah.
That's if it happens. Because right now, she can't string 2 words together unless Tim's beside her, and it's all.
Right.
She just, yeah, she's. I don't know. Because here's the thing. It's what I don't understand. People is, it's not someone that was in office previous that's running for presidency. She's the vice president. So with everything she's running for right now, why couldn't she have changed that right now?
Yeah. So here's something that we need to look out for. In California, the state senate just said, no, we are not going to give reparations to blacks for slavery. And if you remember last week, they voted yes, that they would give $150,000 to illegal immigrants for housing. Now Kamala Harris is saying, I'm for reparations.
Yep.
There's a correlation there.
Well, because
she's going to use this as her
votes.
platform for votes.
Yeah.
This is 100% pandering.
She's losing the black vote, and she's pandering to try to do something to get it back.
It's like right now she is rallying hard in Pennsylvania right now because it's a swing state. It's a union state. So she's trying to get all the union workers in voting for her. She did a rally, I think it was yesterday I was watching it. Literally it felt like, when you look behind Trump when he's doing his rallies, you have a grandstand behind him of people. Mm-hmm. She probably had 40 people deep behind her. And there's something else I posted on my Facebook too of the girl behind her. She looked so happy to be there when Biden was up talking. It was at the same rally. And she was there just like...
Well, this is one example of her changing her accent. And then another example is what you were just talking about, the people behind her. Look at all this dead space behind her at this rally.
Yep.
Look at this.
You better thank a union member. For the 5-day work week.
Look how spread out they are.
Union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
What's with the accent? Vacation time.
Well, wait a minute. The 5-day work week was designed by Henry Ford. So who the fuck is she thanking?
Well, it's because she's. I think that one was in Michigan. That one that she was doing.
This was Detroit.
Yeah,
but still, union workers didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah, but hey, that's history. They really rewrote the history. The young people will be like, oh yeah.
This one was a few hours later I think this was in Pittsburgh. And her accent completely changed.
And for sick leave, unions for your vacation time.
Same speech too. Different
they can't-
dialects.
They can't make her think again.
Oh God, that would be. Oh, if I did that at work, for every person that came into the shop, and I just did their accent, I'm pretty sure I'd get cussed out and they'd walk out.
Yeah.
Because it's just so. What's the word I'm looking for? That word just left my mind.
Pandering.
No. It's like offensive to that person that I'm doing, like me doing their accent.
Racist?
No, that's about color, isn't it?
I don't know. Color's not a race.
Who knows? You make fun of a person now, you're racist.
I just think it's funny that Colorado, New York, and Illinois voted and wanted to be sanctuary cities. And now that they are sanctuary cities, they're seeing the ramifications of their actions.
Yep.
Now they're seeing that, hey, maybe this wasn't such a good idea because they're getting manhandled.
Yeah,
and there's no one there to help them.
Yeah, I was watching...
Because these cities also voted to have the police defunded.
I was just watching last night on one of the social media platforms, not going to mention which one it is, but it's like a clock. The police was in an apartment building with an illegal running amok inside. It's already raped a girl, has attacked somebody, and the other people in the apartment that actually live there and American citizens are talking to the police and asking why is that person not removed, and their response was, "This is a sanctuary city. We can't do anything to call ICE on an illegal immigrant because we are in a sanctuary city." And the other person turns around and says, "Well, even if you do lock them up, they're out in the street in 6 hours anyway because we are a sanctuary city." So the police don't do shit.
No. They know they're going to waste their night,
their time,
fucking around with that, and the guy's going to turn on and get
Do it
processed
anyway.
in and walk straight out with probably a check and a free fucking phone.
Probably. New place to live.
I think this is and I hate saying this is a good thing, but I think this is a good thing because this is opening people's eyes and they're getting red pilled. They're realizing now that, hey, maybe we fucked up. Maybe we've been lied to this whole time.
But they're not seeing
maybe
it, though.
Maybe if we didn't do this, we would actually have more money in our pocket, and we wouldn't have this Biden-Harris administration taxing us like a motherfucker, giving us this high inflation. Maybe Trump was right.
Yeah, but those people aren't seeing it because they're not seeing it on mainstream media. You have to go onto TikTok or Instagram to see these things happening, and most of Democrat liberal people watch CNN. That's all they watch. They don't look at social media.
And they're
What
a
they
bunch of
see,
liars.
what they see on mainstream media is the truth. Nothing but the truth. There's nothing else out there that's any different. It's like I know a 93-year-old man, which is Justine's grandfather. He watches CNN. He's from New Jersey, and he will not watch anything else but CNN. I can't talk anything about politics because he's just like, Kamala Harris was in it on the hospital TV, and he's like, and I'm just like, I'm glad he can't hear very good. I have to yell at him to say shit.
She's still not going to fuck you, bud.
Yeah. And I'm just like, why the fuck is he still watching this shit? Like, he just doesn't see it because that's all they see is they watch mainstream media, and mainstream media tell one story. Trump's bad, Kamala not. Republicans bad, Democrats not. Like they don't care. So they just get sold down the same river every single time.
So just today, this just happened while we're filming this. A 14-year-old had went to his high school in Georgia and started shooting.
Oh.
The 14-year-old, his name is, I think, Colt Gray. There's not much more than that right now of information to go on, but The Democrats are already using this politically.
Of course they are.
They're already saying that we need stronger common sense. We need common sense gun legislation. Well, what's more common sense than saying, hey, a 14-year-old cannot purchase or possess a firearm? But hey, guess what happens? Criminals don't fucking pay attention to laws, and they don't give a shit about laws. It was going to happen regardless. He was going to find it regardless. He was going to find a way to have it. And if it wasn't for the SRO officers at that school, it could have been a lot worse. So again, a good guy with the gun stops a bad guy.
That's the only way it stops.
And if it wasn't a gun, he couldn't get a gun. He'd probably find some other means to do it. It's not like there's not other deadly weapons out there that are unregulated that he couldn't get his hands upon. And if he really wanted to, he'd grab a car and steal a car and go drive it through school and through the fields or the quad or whatever it is and run people over. If you're really trying to make a point about something, there's other ways to do it. It's not like it's just the gun. The gun isn't the problem. What the fuck's wrong with this kid?
Correct. People, so it's typical. So if you look at Australia right now, we got rid of our guns, and it just shows you what happens. Bad people will always find a way to get a gun. Always. Or you'll find, like knives, you can't have a pocket knife in public anymore. You can't even have we call them a Stanley blade, which is like, a Stanley knife, the razor blade.
Utility knife.
Yeah, like that. You can't even have them anymore unless that's for your work. You got to prove it's for your work, or you get fined.
Well, isn't the UK banning knives completely? They're saying if they have a certain knife in your house, even then it's illegal.
Yeah,
they're calling them zombie knives.
Yeah, because it's just it doesn't matter. If the bad person will always find that weapon that they need.
Yep, and they'll make a knife. They'll make a gun.
Yeah, well, look what happens to people in jail. There's no knives in jail, but people get shivved all the time.
Yeah.
Because you'll find a way to make it
to get a weapon to carry out your dastardly doings.
People just don't understand that if someone has a plan to come to possess a gun, they're going to do it no matter what.
We don't.
This 14-year-old had one. All these criminals have one. How did the Venezuelan gangs get these guns?
Because they bring them over with them.
I don't know if they're bringing them over, because there was one video of one guy
they're getting him here. They're getting him here.
Yeah, there's one guy. I guarantee they're stolen too.
Of course
they're
they
stolen.
Yeah. If they're part of a gang, they already have people here that are already getting stolen guns and working on that side of the arms.
So one thing people aren't talking about is the uptick in gun store break-ins is through the fucking roof right now. So for a liberal to say we need strict gun laws, well, how about we just don't break into gun stores, pillage them,
three
and
of
then
them
hand them out to their buddies?
Yeah, well, 3 Aurora gun stores got raided in broad daylight. So they got raided during the daytime, not during the nighttime, during the daytime. Jewelry stores are getting knocked over in the daylight. Like, they just don't care because they know the police aren't going to come.
When I lived in Denver, the same gun store got broken into 3 times. They would just when they were closed, they would just take a van or a big truck and just run right through it. So eventually they started putting those steel pylons. Yeah.
They just find a bigger truck.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yep.
Stop giving them ideas, Chris.
Hey, all you got to do is just look at places that already have that shit banned, and they've already done it and put those in place because they've already done it.
Yeah. Like
America doesn't need to do it because we don't have a lot of that crime. Like when I was in Australia, and people think so many people get shot every day, like they're scared that I was going to get shot and this and that, whatever else, because that's what we see in the news. But when you're here, you hardly ever hear of a bank robbery, an armored truck robbery, a liquor store getting rolled over. Like, you don't hear places getting robbed because everyone has a damn gun. You have to be really, really desperate to go rob a place because you know that person on the counter has a gun. Now, you look at most liberal states or cities, they've banned guns. That's where the high crime is. That's where you get the bank robberies, the jewelry store heists, gun stores ram raided, whatever, because they know these people don't have a gun. They can't defend themselves. So, of course, that's where I'm going to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a less chance of getting hurt.
I am glad, though, that they arrested this guy and he's alive.
Yeah, they didn't shoot him.
Now we'll be able to get some answers. Unlike these other people that they just take out and we have to look for their manifestos.
Yeah.
Speaking of manifestos, the Tennessee shooting manifesto was finally leaked, and there is so much fucking hate with these LGBTQ LMNOP fucking people.
Dude,
it's these SRRIs that they're taking that are making them flip the fuck out.
You just got to look. They're all angry. They're all angry. The ones that the LGBTQ, whatever the hell alphabet people are, the only ones that aren't angry are the guy being a guy, two gay guys, or it's two girls that are pretty, aren't psychos. It's the ones that look like two boys being girls. They're the psychos.
Yeah,
they're always because they're angry because I don't know because they can only be with an ugly other girl. They can't get with a good looking girl. I don't know what it is.
Right.
So that would probably be pretty angry.
Yeah.
And the deep girlish guys that want to be gay will have the biggest attitudes.
Yeah.
So there's two sides of being gay, and it should be two different categories for those people.
And they definitely have mental health issues that are making them do this shit. We don't have a gun problem. We have a mental health problem.
Correct.
We don't have. There isn't any threat to society other than these people taking these drugs to change their whole fucking chromosome, their whole biology. Of course, it's going to fuck them up.
Yeah.
What do they think's going to happen? Just
Like
magically
I get
fucking
pissed
turn
off.
into a cherry Pop-Tart instead of a strawberry?
Yeah, I get pissed off. I've got access to guns in my house. I get angry and fly off the handle and, blow my top. The first thing goes into my head is not like, I'm going to go grab my gun.
Right.
Like, I don't even think about it. Because I'm a sane person. Now, if you're mental, the first thing you think of is I'm going to go kill somebody.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to harm somebody. Keep wanting to harm Justine.
How am I going to get even?
Justine just walked out because she came into the garage and she's like, you are mental. And I'm like, keep going. Keep going. You'll find yourself buried in the backyard up to your shoulders.
Pow to the moon, Alice.
Yeah, and I'll make sure there's a...
Wasn't that a Chinese torture where they would
pour honey
bury
and
someone
get
to the
ants.
neck and then,
make them get married?
Yep. I've always wanted to do that. If I was really pissed off with someone, I wouldn't want to kill them. I'd want to torture them.
Yeah.
And that's it. I go to that thing every single time. If I get really angry, even at the kids, I'll be like, I'll take you at the back and I'll bury you up to your shoulders. And you'll stay there. The crows will come and eat your eyes out.
So I had this friend in high school.
That's a joke, just so everybody knows. I am joking.
This guy, I knew after this. So, okay, here's what happened. He had this girlfriend. His girlfriend broke up with him to go with some other guy. One day we're driving around. We decided we're going to go stop at the 7-Eleven, get a hot dog, get a Slurpee, get some beer. On the way back, we see this guy walking down the street in the sidewalk. He says, I think that's that motherfucker. He jumps the curb in the car and runs him over. I was like, this motherfucker is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't really hang out with him much after that.
Oh, because you don't know what he's going to do to you.
Yes, exactly.
They're the worst people to hang around.
It turns out later I found out that the guy was near death. So I didn't know it, but I was an accessory. He lived, but I realized if he was to die, I could have easily went to jail as an accessory. If it wasn't for him not having a license plate on his car, he would have got caught. But he always drove around without a license plate.
Doesn't that, if you're in a car and the driver's drunk and you get pulled over, don't you get charged the same as the driver because you're an accessory to being with a drunk driver?
I believe there's some truth to that. Yeah, I don't know how severe or what the actual charge would be, but there is repercussions for that.
I thought so. Oh well, I guess I'll have to get Justine to not drive drunk. And everybody knows how much she drinks. Oh my god,
she's a heavy drinker.
Oof.
All right, since we're on the topic of guns,
drinks me under the table.
There's one thing that I wanted to bring
Sprite.
Recently, there was this website. It's called ammo.com, and they came out with their list of most gun-friendly states. So, Armando, do you want to take a quick guess and see where Arizona comes on that list without looking?
Without looking, probably top 5.
24.
Damn it.
24, really?
Oof. Yeah.
Why? What's
damn Californians?
So Arizona is constitutional carry state, allowing citizens to carry a firearm open or concealed without a permit. It's also a shall issue permit state, meaning the state must issue a permit to all eligible residents. Those over 18 can open carry without a firearm without a permit, but only those over 21 can purchase handguns and concealed carry with no permit. So it's not saying that Arizona is not a gun-friendly state. It's just saying that there are more gun-friendly states than Arizona. So, Chris, you're in Alabama. Do you want to take a guess where Alabama is on that list?
4.
Alabama is 15.
Ooh.
Yeah, like,
damn. What's Georgia?
I live in Tennessee.
Georgia and Tennessee can be close.
Okay, let's go to Georgia. Georgia is 21.
Whoa.
Tennessee is 17.
Nah, it's got to be backwards.
What's number 1?
Chicago.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
Here's why.
Why? Because there's 20 people who live there?
Because there's one gun store, and he just hands it out like candy on Halloween.
Here's why. New Hampshire is a constitutional carry state with incredible relaxed gun laws and low crime rates. Any citizen over 18 years old who is lawfully permitted to possess a firearm can open concealed carry. New Hampshire residents can travel to 29 other states with a pistol and revolver license. The state also honors all 50 states' permits. So that means I have a concealed carry permit for Tennessee. I can go there and just carry with no problem. Also, residents won't need to attend firearm safety courses, go through a fingerprinting process, or any other stringent test to obtain a permit. The state also issues permits to out-of-state residents. What's better than that is New Hampshire currently doesn't have a state tax for firearms. So again, this isn't saying that Georgia or Arizona or Tennessee or Alabama are bad states for
just got less regulation.
Friendly. They just have New Hampshire just has way more less regulation.
That's weird. I've never understood the carry conceal permit. Like, I would rather have a permit to be able to show the gun than to hide it.
There's 2 schools of thought. So one is if you open carry, which is what you're talking about, right? You want to be able to show it on your body.
Yeah, because that to me says, oh, I've got a gun. Look out.
Okay, so there's 2 schools of thought. One is, like you said, someone's going to look at you and say, he's got a gun. I got to come back another time.
Yeah.
I can't rob this place right now. The other thing is someone can see you, sneak up from behind you, and wrestle that gun from your waistband. they have the drop on you, so they're going to take it from your waistband. So if you're concealed, that can't happen.
Correct. Well, no one knows you
you're-
have a gun.
Right. And if you're concealed and someone does try to rob the place, you're able to stop them at will.
Mm-hmm.
You can meet force with force.
But that's what I'm saying.
So-
Why do you need a permit to hide the gun? You should have a permit to display the gun. Because displaying the gun's more of a threat.
I don't know if it's more of a threat.
I don't know. It's weird because the way that even that reads is like most states that have a concealed carry allow open carry, and Arizona you don't need a permit.
Mm-hmm.
They have classes where you can go to have a piece of paper, but you walk down the street with a conceal or carry, no one's stopping you and asking, hey, do you have a permit for that? It's just not happening. So yes, you can do other things, but you don't need to.
Yeah, like for me, when I first come over here, I knew, everyone has a gun. But it's like when you see that gun, it's like, oh, he has a gun. So you like, in my mental state, coming from a different country, it's like, oh, he's got a gun. He's going to be bad. He's going to do something. Like I'm going to steer away, not get so close to this guy. But I could be standing next to a guy right now that has a gun and not even know it.
The other thing is, if someone plans to rob a place and they see you with the gun, you might be the first person they try to take out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just look at people that want to display the gun openly in public, that you're just a toss bag. You are a tosser. It's like, look at me. I do have a gun. Like, who gives a shit, dude? I got a gun too, but you can't see it. Like,
Well,
to me, it's not fucking cowboys and Indians, dude. Like, those days are gone.
There's some limitations in some areas. So, for example, in Denver, you cannot open carry anywhere in Denver County, but you can conceal carry. I think there was a state also. I have to go back and read this.
Yeah, well, you got to look at why. Why is that?
You can only open carry. There's no concealed carry in one of these states. I can't remember which one it was.
Not at all. Not even with a permit.
Right.
Yeah, probably
with the permit you can. With the permit you can. But
With the permit,
without a permit, you can only open carry.
Yeah, well, okay, that goes the other way because they probably just want to know who has a gun. So you can see who the threats are, not the people who are hiding the guns away.
But usually people that are carrying open are not threats. They're usually
right.
No, but
guys
if you're
that are
looking
responsible.
Correct, but if you're looking from the outside looking in, that you're not American, you're just a visitor, and you don't have guns in your country, that's how you see that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not everyone in America wants people to have guns because they're scared of them. Then if they see them out in public, that's how they'd look at it.
But if we go to a country like England
Mm-hmm.
and we want to open up our cantaloupe with a knife and we can't find a knife, we look at them like, what the fuck is wrong with you? We have to karate chop this thing open?
Yeah, man. I'll bring out my samurai sword.
So it's just a matter of culture, really. If someone comes over here and they see us with guns, they're like, "Oh my god!"
But that's what it is. It's
just a culture shock.
Correct. But that's what it is, though. And I think, look, at the end of the day, I've lived here for 7 years, coming up my 7th year now. I couldn't give a shit if you have a gun or you don't have a gun. I just look at everybody has a gun.
So I know I'm not supposed to. I just purposely ignore these signs that are on these doors. It says this building is not you cannot carry your gun in this facility. Like that bar we went to, Chris, over by my place.
Yeah.
There was a sign that said you cannot possess a firearm in there. I still had it on me.
Yeah, I think you can't carry any firearm into any bar that serves alcohol.
Yeah.
You can. You just can't drink.
Correct. So, I don't know.
Did you drink?
He did drink.
I did drink.
What a stupid fucking question that was, Armando. How is he going to go somewhere that sells alcohol and goes, you know what? I'm not going to drink today.
I knew the answer when I asked the question. It was only one.
That's like, I'm never going to ask Gabe if we go out somewhere, hey man, do you want to drink? Like, is the Pope Catholic?
It was only one.
You put ketchup on tacos?
Yeah. Makes it taste better. You get some taste in that bitch.
Well, that's an interesting list. Number 2 on that list, just to round these things out, what number 2 on the list is West Virginia. Number 3 is Arkansas. Arkansas. Number 4 is Montana. Number 5, Mississippi. 6, Missouri. 7, Oklahoma. Texas is 8.
Look, I understand. Like, how is West Virginia there? Like, they're the most regulated state for everything. You can't even have a radar detector in West Virginia.
But you can have a gun.
I think
though.
this goes back to their concealed
The
carry
musket
permit.
days?
No, it goes back to their permit is valid in 38 other states, and every other permit is valid there. So that's what helps it out there.
Yeah, it's the reciprocal.
There's also something called a no duty to retreat clause. So here in Tennessee, you have a duty to retreat instead of engaging a firefight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you've got a chance of backing away and getting shot in the back.
Well, the thing is, like, say, for example, there's an altercation. Your number one priority is to just de-escalate and back away from it. If possible. If at all possible. In West Virginia, what they're saying is, no, we don't give a shit. Go ahead and do what you want. Is basically what they're saying.
I like that rule.
I do too.
I've always been told by my police friends that if you ever get into a scuffle outside your house and you shoot somebody and you kill them, drag them inside. And so they invaded your house.
Only problem there is you got a trail of blood leading into.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
house.
Hey, shoot him again.
You got a hose.
Shoot him again. Shoot him inside the house, and they ran outside and bled out.
And
you didn't want the neighbors to see it, so you dragged them back inside.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you got these CSI guys taking their glasses off really quick.
Yep.
What is this? I see a folded over grass blade.
Yes. Let me swab that.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're done for this episode. We've covered a lot today.
Yeah. We had some fun.
Yeah. We found out MC Hammer was a gangster ass motherfucker.
So he was probably concealed carrying in those pants.
He probably was.
He probably had 2 AK-47s stuck down there.
Yeah, that's why he danced like off the wood. That's why he danced the way he did.
Yep.
The typewriter dance.
He was shooting off like an AK.
We found out that no one here drinks pumpkin spice and doesn't like coffee.
Oh, I like coffee.
Well, we also found out Armando drinks seltzer water with his pinky out.
Yeah, it's kind of gay.
Kind of drink everything with my pinky out. I'm really gay that way.
Kind of gay.
What else?
It's not just kind of.
We found out Armando's Rub One.
I like it.
Armando's Rub One line of automotive cleaning is available now.
Yeah, I've only taken he's been teasing us for the last 6 months with this shit.
I know. Come on.
It's been 2 years of teasing. What are you talking about?
Dude, I only known about this thing for the last 6 months. Like, you don't tell me these secrets.
Yeah, it's a thing. I've been playing with it for 2 years, and it just got to the point where I was ready to do it, and I had to do it. And shit takes a lot to get everything done on the back end. That was
I just want to see if this shit. I just want to see if this shit works on my Mercedes. That's all. I don't give a shit about the Jeep. Jeep hasn't been washed for like 4 months.
You gotta hit up liftedforless.com and get your product sold there.
Yeah, we need to come up with a new jingle for him.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna try and do it more Australian.
I'm going to work on getting products into the Jeep shop. So if you have a Jeep shop and you need a line to sell to your customers to get them to buy some products from you, open a dealer inquiries and looking to put this in local Jeep shops and stores across the country.
Oh, do you want me to talk to Doug?
I'll call Doug.
So you'll be in one shop then?
I'll be in one.
Yeah, Armando, if you need a voiceover for any of your videos, I'll trade you for some cleaning materials.
Okay.
You can't be everywhere, Gabe. Be like, man, that's that guy again. Is this infomercial shit? Are we on the infomercial channel? Where's my free set of steak knives? Sons of bitch.
The Ginzu knives.
Yes.
Remember
By
those? They
now,
cut leather.
By now, it's only
They cut leather and
$29.95.
nails.
It's $29.95, and you'll get a free set of steak knives if you order within the next 25 minutes. Time's ticking.
Open a bank account now, and you get a free toaster.
What's some gold bullion?
Oh, jeez.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.